are in Centerville. We are going to be driving through some neighborhoods so you can get a feel for the neighborhood, get a feel for price points, what you get for your money in Centerville, and see if you want to make Centerville your next home. Centerville is right off of 75 and 675, which is the loop around the city. 75 will take you from Detroit to Florida, so easy access to that. Some folks that live in Centerville actually work in Cincinnati or in the outskirts of Cincinnati, so it makes for a great, easy commute, so to speak. So we are going to start off the tour at Yankee Trace neighborhood. That is off of the golf course. So you can kind of get a feel for that. Some homes are, we're just going to kind of skim some of the neighborhoods. We're not going to go too far deep into them, but that way you can get a feel for, you know, what it is, what the feel is, that sort of thing. Sometimes that's all you need is just a little skimming of the outside to get a feel for what the inside will be like also, or what the whole neighborhood feels like at that. So, like I said, we are starting at Yankee Trace. Yankee Trace does go from 550 to 700 plus, depending on the updates on those homes, you know, that sort of thing, of course. Size, there's some pretty big ones back there. And there are some more, so to speak, normal 3,000 square foot ones also. So, all right, here we go. I'm gonna turn you around. All right, as you can see, the fencing right there, they are starting to develop that neighborhood. It used to be a cornfield. One unique thing about Yankee Trace, if you want to call it unique, is they do have lots of walking paths within their neighborhood. We'll venture into Yankee Commons, which is ranch style living. Private drive, so we'll just, like I said, a lot of the stuff is private drive back here, so we'll just skim it and you can kind of see what the vibe is. Very cute, huh? These are attached homes, so they're attached with the garage. Not sure if you can see that or not. All right, I'm going to turn around up here and head back out. Very nice neighborhood. I hope I can find my way out of here. There we go. Okay, I found my way out. These will range between 350, 450, somewhere in there. Depending on the size. You can see some of them are pretty big. 2-car garage. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Some of them might even be 2-bedroom. All right, next we will head into the homes, the single-family homes of Yankee Trace. golf course is straight ahead. So some of these homes will be on the golf course. If you like golf course living, this is probably one of the better great localities. Got the clubhouse straight ahead. So like I said, these homes back in here, definitely much bigger than those condo homes. And these are going to be anywhere from 500,000 to 700,000, which I think you can probably see from the video that these homes definitely are much larger. A lot of them are all brick. And a lot of the homes within the neighborhood will have basements. A lot of them finish out their basements. That even gives you even more living space within the neighborhood. So I think this gives you a good idea of what living in Yankee Trace would feel like. Everyone takes care of their yards. They're very well manicured. Three-car garage seems to be the norm. From the video or not. Got lifeguard on duty. Fortunately enough, you can live where you can walk to the pool on hot days. We've had so many hot days. Little roundabout. Another section of Yankee Trace. Patio living. As you can see, Yankee Trace is kind of those white picket fences. Kind of give you an idea as to where Yankee Trace is. But you do have a path right outside the fence and right inside the fence on both sides. If you needed to get your steps in, get your run on, get your biking in. You don't have to go on Yankee Road, can be kind of busy. So you don't have to hit the road. You can go on the paths. And in the previous video, we did a little drive-through of the clubhouse area of Yankee Trace. Looks like another busy day at Yankee Trace. There's not a lot of parking. There's a golf tournament going on. All right, we are going to take a left onto Spring Valley. I'm sorry, Social Row. Not Spring Valley, Social Row. All right, Social Row. the outskirts of Centerville and Washington Township. This is where, you know, a lot of the newer builds are and the higher end homes that we'll be checking out. Okay, so once again, you've got on the left, you can see the fences. That's more of Yankee Trace. And then to the right here, we've got Falls Creek. And those homes back there will run you about 600 plus. Still orange cone season. Widening this road. Okay, so once again to the left you have more of Yankee Trace. Like I said, it's a very large community with different sections of it. Now to the right, at this light, you turn into, so it gets, there's a fine line over here where you could be Washington Township, but you are Springboro, Texas, which is the next city over. So you get into, you know, maybe you want Springboro schools, but you don't want the Springboro taxes, so then you would be in Clear Creek Township. And Washington Township, there's, you know, like I said, there's a line over there, depending on where you are over there. Okay, so these are some newer builds to the, I'll go into that neighborhood. To the right, these are built by Ober. That's Washington Trace. These are going to be smaller homes than what you would get at Yankee Trace. Planned community by a builder, Ober Builders. They are still building in this community. These start, and most will have basements, and you could choose to have them finished, not have them finished, depending on when you built the house, would depend on whether or not the basement was finished, more than likely. Let me kind of move that over so you can kind of see. All brick, two-story homes, lots of two-story homes. There's a few ranches in here. Like I said, starting around $450 if you could find something. The ranches, you could probably find a ranch for $450. If you're looking for a two-story, it will be a little bit more difficult to find something, just depending on the condition. I'm going to make a U-turn. 3-car garage, quite a few 3-car garages. This is an HOA, just like Yankee Trace, it's an HOA. I don't know why I'm getting some of my mounting piece on the screen, so sorry about that. Alright, kind of get a feel for that. It's, like I said, it's a newer community, they're still building in it, because the model is open. So you can either get a pre-existing home that would be for sale through there, or you could build in that community. All right, heading back out on Social Row again. some smaller homes over here. Those would go, it's Downing Farm, but they are smaller. Probably looking more at $350 for those. $350 to $450. Still have land that could be developed out here, and I'm sure at some point in time these farmers will sell off their crops. Oh, see, looks like that one did. They're doing some luxury apartments, ranch style apartments. All right, so we're taking a left onto State Route 48. And this will take you back. State Route 48 is Main Street. So from the last video we did go down Main Street. Let me see if my phone is getting hot. Stop charging it for a bit. All right, so if you would take a right here, once again, Springboro and Centerville schools butt up to each other. So you would, if you took a right instead of, I'm going left, instead of a left, you would run into Springboro in Clear Creek Township. If you look over to your left, there's a fun little farmer's market over there. You can see all the cars. Go there, see if I can find some tomatoes and cucumbers. Looks like they have their mums and their pumpkins out. All right, at the light, we are going to take a right onto Nut Road. To the right are condos. Those sell for around $300 to $350. All ranch style condos. All right, we're taking a right onto Nut Road. Now on Nut Road, you're going to have a little mishmash of communities, community types. There's a couple of newer communities over here. There are condo communities over here. There's more well-developed communities. So, like, if you're looking for something in Centerville, you have to be kind of specific as to what kind of house you want, because you've got tons of ranch homes that were built in the 70s. Once we get down here a little bit further, you'll see some of those. Well, actually right here, those are more 70s built homes. Got someone behind me that I don't think they appreciate me driving a little bit slower, but oh well. All right, let's turn into the next neighborhood. Okay. All right, turning into here, got sidewalks, got more of a well-developed, you can tell by the trees, well-developed neighborhood. Back here, a lot of these will probably be slab homes. Larger homes, as you can tell. That's a big one. These back here will be $450 plus, depending on the size. Nice community. I think you'd really have to look for a deal for $450 in here. Probably more like $5. Depending on the size of the house, of course. So there's that community. So again, this is one of those communities that's not a master plan community. So the houses all look a little bit different. of brick homes back there, but then there's also a lot of wood that needs to be maintained. All right, going back out onto Nut Road. A lot of these, mainly on Nut, can be, they've got some acreage if they've been here for a while, like on the left-hand side. You can't see those very well. Community to the left here, you'll have some tri-levels and ranch homes. Farms. This is a newer, so this is not Yearling, this is Bridal Creek. It's a little bit newer of a community. Once again, $450 would be the very minimum back here, all the way up to $650. Most of these will have basements, possibly some of them walkout basements. Get an idea of this. They've got the flags up for Labor Day. Once again, this is an HOA community. All right, let's go into Saddle Creek a little bit further here. These homes are going to start getting pretty big. As you can see, they're still building in this community. It is Saddle Creek. Nice brick ranch homes. Homes back here will be $750 on up. Newer development. These are all design homes again. To the cul-de-sac. I can get an idea of what these look like. Oh, got one sold up here. There's some beautiful homes. This one sold. These back here are not $750. They would be much higher. Depending on your upgrades that you're putting in there would depend on the price, right? That one's gorgeous on the left. right, so Saddle Creek, higher end community. Newer homes. Obviously an HOA community again. Came in the back way of this community, which usually I don't come in that way, so hopefully I don't get lost. Alright, headed out to the main drag here. This is Clio Road. Alright, these homes over here. Funeral procession. These homes over here obviously are a lot smaller and not as new. On some acreage, older homes. Like I said, this is raw. This is some raw footage here, so I'm not editing anything, so you guys get to enjoy the scenery with me. All right. A lot of these homes are set back, so you can't really see them. But these would be $350 to $450. All right, crossing Spring Valley. Still on Clio. We're going to go straight. We're going to go into one of the older communities that has a lot of tri-levels. Some would be quad levels back there, not many. We're slowly getting back to the high school area from the first video. Onto Washington Creek. So you can see definitely the homes are older. Back here, got some, like I said, some tri-levels, some ranches. A lot of them are all brick. They've been here for a while. These would be $350 to $450. A lot of people like the feel of this community. So you have the trees, you've got the sidewalks. I'm going to take a left, go down here, and then take a little U-turn. I think we can get the feel of this one. Like I said, lots of tri-levels back here. Alright, I'm going to make a U-turn. When I turn, you get a little bit better view. Okay, we're going to go back out onto Clio. Some rain. You can see how the grass is getting all brown. Had some gorgeous fall-ish days for the end of August, which is a little odd. The end of August usually is hot and humid. Okay, these homes, once again, they're the smaller homes, ranch homes. They've been here. Probably when these were built, there was nothing else around it. And those would be, you know, depending on size, once again, 3 to 4. Seems like I'm going fast. I'm not going that fast. I'm going the speed limit. Entering the city of Centerville, where we were Washington Township. This is the retirement community. Senior living, senior living. Right, so this is Franklin. The last video we had driven Franklin and then turned right onto Clio. You can kind of go by the high school and through downtown. We're going to keep on going straight. Now, if you take a right over here, you would start going into Sugar Creek Township, which is a different school district. You would be heading into Bellbrook schools. So. right, you've got some duplex communities. And then to the left is a large condo community coming up. They have attached and detached condos. Actually, I'm going to go back into this community to the right. Deer Run. These would be $350 to $450 back in here. Maybe more. Once again, depending on the size of the house. Lots of different styles of houses back here, but once again, we've got a lot of tri-levels. These ranches back here would be ranches on a slab, no basements. Alright, head back out to Clio. Right straight ahead, that's the condo community that I was talking about. The patio, they're not even patio homes, they're considered detached condos, I guess. 'Cause not all of them are ranch homes. Take a left up here on Alex Bell. Once again, if you take a right, you run into quite a few condos over there, and then you get to Bellbrook. If you keep on going straight, it's a lot of condo communities up there. Also, Centerville has a wide range of condo selections, so if that's something if you're interested in, maybe I should do a drive through the condo communities too. So apartments to the left, Hillside Court. And when we take a left onto Alex Bell, it's some apartments, some condos on the left side, apartments on the right side. If you love running hills, this is a great hill to run. And then we're going to get into some commercial. There's shopping and restaurants and stuff like that up here also. outskirts of this neighborhood. Let's turn in here. All right, so these once again are older homes, smaller homes. Back here, these smaller ranches would go for $250 to $300, depending. You're not going to find a lot for $250. Beginning price point $300, or low threes, I should say, depending on the size. Once again. Centerville, you can find all different size of homes, from these here that are 1,200 to 1,800 square feet, ranch home, one level living. You could head over to the tri-level area homes that we were driving through also, and get something a little bit bigger, 1,800 to maybe 2,300 square feet. Or you could go some of the massive homes that are newer, and get something back there for 800 to over $1 million. There are still new build communities that are out here. You could do a mass developer, or you could do custom build, whichever one fits your needs. All right. Oh, goodness. I think that kind of gave you an idea of Centerville, what it has to offer. Of course, there's all kinds of other neighborhoods around, but that's kind of the feel for what you get when you do go to Centerville. I don't know if you can see me very well. So hopefully, like I said, that gives you an idea. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And hopefully you enjoyed your tour of Centerville. Next, we will be heading to another community, so hopefully you can join me for that. Have a great one.